Hey, this is DangerMan. We're here at OXCC in Chesapeake City, Maryland, and I'm here with
Nathan.
And what team do you play for?
TCP Machine.
Where are you from?
Michigan.
Is that where your team's from as well? I mean,
Yes, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And how did you guys do in the tournament today?
We did pretty well. We had a better improvement from the previous event, PSP Dallas. We made the top 8. We are Division I 5-man X-Ball.
Okay, so the reason we're shooting this little video for you guys on my channel, as you know, I'm primarily a beginner woods ball channel for everybody out there that's making their way into the sport. But eventually, a lot of you get good enough to move over to tournament ball. And one of the things that is kind of alien to everyone is calling out positions and helping teammates out on the field when you're not in play, or even when you're in play, because communication is the name of this game. Care to tell us about what players call out bunkers, what are their names, things of that nature?
Well, there are a lot of key bunkers on a field, but really the snake and the Doritos are the ones that stand out the most. Really, every single field has a snake side, and every single field has a Dorito side. The snake side is so distinct because it looks like a snake, and you can literally crawl down the whole thing. And the whole advantage of playing that such a bunker is that you can crawl down the entire end of the field, and the other team can't see you, and then you can come up at their end and pretty much shoot everybody in the back.
Now, one of the things we're hearing players now, actually spectators now, helping players on the field. What are they telling them out there?
The spectators are trying to call out positions to where the other opposing players are. If a team knows the location of every single opposing player, because one player cannot see all 5 guys, if he knows by getting that information relayed to him where the 5 guys that he's shooting at are, it is a huge advantage of the game. It's really good on field awareness for that team.
So let's take people from the beginning. Obviously, a lot of players think of the paintball field as like a football field, the 10, the 20, the 50 being the middle.
Right.
Share with the beginners a lot of these terms that they would need to be familiar with.
Well, people refer to the 50-yard line and the 40-yard line and 30-yard line respectively, all because the 50-yard line is very important in paintball, because paintball is a game of angles. Your goal at the end of a paintball point is to, at one point, get to the 50-yard line on the edges, closest to the sideline, and that way you have the best angle to shoot people. Because if you're just shooting people straight up, then they're going to be able to hide behind their bunker the entire time, and they can just hide in there. You'll never have a chance to shoot them if they don't want to give you that chance. So you want to be able to get up the field, by going wide, getting to the 50-yard line. You'll be able to pinch those players out and to be able to shoot them, really. So that's the best strategy.
Let's talk about D1, the cans. Tell me about those terms.
Well, there are a lot of different kinds of bunkers on a paintball field. There's a Dorito as opposed to a tall can or a short Aztec temple. They're called just because that's what they look like. They're all different shapes, and you have to play them all differently. A can is actually a small bunker to play, but it's really tall, so you can stand up in it. But the problem with the can is it's round, so you need to play tighter in it, and it's easier to get an angle to shoot that guy, as opposed to like an Aztec, which has a very low base, and you can move around in that bunker a little bit more, but you can't stand over the top over it. Otherwise, somebody's going to shoot you in the face.
Now, I'm hearing some players here called Metal 4. Help us with that.
That's a really important aspect of paintball called the kill count. The kill count is basically how many players you have shot on the other team. If you know that you have shot X amount of players on another team, and know what the body count is, your body count as opposed to theirs, then you know how to play the game. So if you shoot 2 guys and you still have 5 guys alive, then when it's a 5-on-3, you know that you can press the field, and you know you have a lot more freedom to move because there's less guns shooting at you.
So you can gauge your risk basically because you have a better communication with your team or from the spectators, knowing how many people are left you're shooting at.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's gauging your risk, like you said. It gives you a better idea of knowing when to push up the field when you know how many bodies you've shot.
Now, is Metal 4, as they said, is that kind of like a term that's used exclusive to this particular team, or how does that work?
It really is exclusive to our team. We're TCP Machine, and Metal's awesome. So what we want to do is pick a word that's distinct to where our players can hear it, but also kind of has reference to our team, and it sounds awesome. Let's be honest.
The other team doesn't know what it means.
Correct.
Well, of course, they could try to put things together, but I think most players are so deep into the game, they're not listening to all the spectators.
Right.
And which brings me to the next question. Do teams hear the spectators out there? Do they follow them?
Teams do hear the spectators. I mean, the coaching in this format of paintball has an aspect in the game for sure. At the end of the day, it's the players making the moves on the field that do 90% of everything. But there is there is a lot of the game affected by coaching. So if there are codes that players use for that coaching, then it's easy for teams to be able to do stuff secretly.
All right, so to close this out, what's important is field position, bunker names, head count in terms of kill count. Those are the types of things that most teams focus on?
Right, exactly.
All right, look, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Good luck to you in your next tournament.
Appreciate that.
It's too much for any man.
DangerMan is sponsored by
Hey, are you looking for a quick and efficient rundown of all the bunker names? Well, in this video, I get right to the point, don't waste your time, and I cover all of the current and popular bunkers that are out there today. Once you're done with this video, be sure to share it with a friend, because so many people are misinformed and they're just afraid to ask for the fear of being made fun of. So be sure and post it to your Facebook wall or email it to a friend.